I'm letting DeepSeek AI build me a trading strategy from scratch. No tweaks, no second guessing, just pure DeepSeek logic. Then I'm going to be putting it to the test with some real backtesting data using FX Replay to see if it actually works or if it completely fails. Let's just jump in and see. So we're in DeepSeek, and now I'm going to paste in a quick little prompt I made. So just to show you, make me a consistently profitable tested strategy that is based in technical analysis. The strategy must be objective, repeatable, and manually able to test on FX Replay. The strategy should include process on for top-down analysis, entry criteria, trade management criteria, exit criteria, and the asset I should test it on. Also provide categories of tags and the associated tags for each category that I should create to ensure that I'm tracking things properly and acquiring the data I need to analyze after my test. So let's click run and let's see what happens. So we have our strategy right here, daily and 4-hour trend following system. So basically, if price is above the 200 period EMA, then we're in an uptrend. Below, it's in a downtrend. That confirms the trend. 4-hour using the 50 EMA. If it's above, it's an uptrend. If it's below, it's a downtrend. Using the 4-hour as the entry criteria. So basically, if it tests off of EMA, if we get a bullish or bearish engulfing, and then we won't use any divergence or RSI, but stop loss below the recent swing lower or swing high, above the key level or below the key level. So basically going to be waiting until that's in the right trend direction, then entering based off of a bullish or bearish engulfing. Stop loss below the low or above the high by 10 or 15 pips. 1 to 2 risk to reward. First, take profit at 1R, basically 50% off. Then let the second half run. Okay, excellent. And then trailing, stop loss below 50 EMA or swing lows or whatever. We'll see how that goes. We'll update that. And then exit, we'll close the trade when it reaches our key levels. And yeah, okay, so that's awesome. We're going to be trading Euro USD because it's high liquidity and tight spreads. And some tagging system that we need to do. So trend continuation, if it's a reversal, if it's a breakout, that's really cool. The time frame, I guess in this case, it doesn't really matter because we already will know the time frame direction is daily or 4-hour, and we'll have the trade is being taken in the direction of whatever the time frame says. Confluence. So yeah, this will be cool just to see if there's different confluences that work out properly. FX Replay already takes care of the outcome, already takes care of the risk to reward. We can set up the market condition, the duration, FX Replay takes care of. Any error analysis as well, maybe we can include that as well. So now let's go and test it in FX Replay. So before we actually start backtesting it, let's dive into this document I made in Notion, DeepSeek Strategy V1, just to review the strategy, what it looks like, and so I can get comfortable with the look of it. So first off is this short example. We have the 200 EMA right here and the 50 EMA right here. So you can see that price is below the 200 EMA, therefore shorts. You can see on the 4-hour now, we come back down and price breaks back below this 4-hour 50 EMA right here in the bullish or bearish engulfing right there. I didn't get to the example until right here, until we engulfed this bullish candle right here that tested support and resistance. And so therefore, enter short, target, first target is 1R, 50% partials, second target 2R. You can see that we get to that level after retesting that level. So in regards to the tags too, we would be able to say, okay, this was at the EMA, right? This was directly at the EMA using it as a resistance. So that's very, very key. And we could say support and resistance as well, clear support and resistance for tags. You could see here as well on the daily, we have the daily 200 EMA. We are above it, and therefore we should be looking for longs. On the 4-hour, we get above price right here, or 4-hour gets above the 50 EMA. It comes back down and retests it, kind of holds it a little bit, consolidates. It wasn't until right here we have this bullish engulfing right there. We get that close back above, and therefore my entry could be right there, 50% partials and break even. And then our target is at 2R, which is going to be above that external kind of liquidity or that high target right there. And so you could see that price goes back into drawdown here and then goes back up. We get this beautiful engulfing up here, and we start to go towards our target. So these are the kind of examples that I'm going to be looking at, and I'm going to be looking to trade on EU. So Now let's dive into backtesting. We are now in FX Replay. It's time to go and set up the tags that we initially talked about. So go into account settings, go into journal, and you'll be able to add the tags here. So now I have a list of the tags that I added here. So setup, the category is going to be setup, and it's going to be continuation or reversal. The confluence, so it's going to be an EMA SNR, and the SNR just price action, support and resistance. Then we are going to go into the entry. It's going to be an engulfing pattern, or it's going to be a pin bar, and that's going to be a long wick, et cetera, et cetera. So the condition is either going to be ranging, or it's going to be a bullish trend, or it's going to be a bearish trend. And these are going to be the key tags that I'm going to be looking at. So now that we have our account tags set up, it is time to get into the testing. So what we can do now is go into the session, click create session, go to name, let's call it the DeepSeek strategy. We'll give ourselves an account balance of 100,000. Assets are going to be EU. The chart layout, we'll create a new layout and let's call it DeepSeek. Let's start from 2020, go till today. Let's go into advanced session. Let's call DeepSeek our new strategy. Let's go next, next. Add some spreads and commissions to keep it realistic. So let's say 0.1 spread and let's just say $7 commission totals. And let's go create a new session. So there we go. We have our DeepSeek strategy ready to go. Let's jump into the charts and start testing. Now that we are in, let's set up our chart for success. So let's go. We're only going to be using the daily and the 4 hour, right? Those are the only two timeframes that we're going to be using. So those are the only ones we need. I can take off volume. I can set it up so I have two layouts, right? We could put this one as the daily, this one as the 4 hour. So let's set that up like so, set that up like so. So now we have them both set up perfect. So what we can do is click on our indicators, click on EMA, moving average, and we'll add two of those in there. Let's go to edit and let's go to inputs being, one of them will be 200. And now let's go into the 50 EMA and let's put that to 50, gray. And perfect. So I have it on this chart. On this chart, what I'm going to have to do is just copy and paste. So copy, paste, there we go. The other thing that I'm going to be adding actually is going to be in the economic calendar. So I'm just going to go and I'm going to set this up so then I can edit it. So go up into the filtering option here. Let's put on Euro. There we go, add it. And so now we can be aware also of any sort of news events that are happening as well when we're trading, and we can be very aware of what's happening relative to the news events. So we are in the daily here and we have the 4 hour right here. We are ready to go. We are currently in a bearish trend. We can see that by being below the 200 EMA right here. And actually we're right at and testing the 50 EMA right here. And so what I can do is actually just set up some support and resistance levels here. We can see that we're currently right at one, right at this level right here. We have another support and resistance level right here. And maybe we have some level in and around down here. So let's look at just targeting down right here. So we're at that 50 level. It's really good. Now we just have to wait for our 50 EMA on the 4 hour to break. So let's go forward. If it's going to happen, let's see. We need a bearish engulfing or a sweep. So that engulfed right there, but let's see. Not convinced. There we go. Okay. That one I like because why? We have these candles that it just kind of took out all of those highs and then it also broke down and engulfed everything here. So I do like that. We are kind of in the middle of nowhere, but actually we are at this kind of support and resistance level here that we just broke out from. So I think that that's completely okay. As long as our stop goes above this, the 50 EMA right here, then we should be good. We could target down to that 2R, which is going to be that next kind of area. But remember, we can trail our stops. So let's just enter. We will put our partials right here. Let's say 26. Yeah, 78. Perfect. And let's go to auto break even. We're going to go auto break even at 1R. And let's tag this. And again, the tags will be based off of, okay, so for example, a setup is going to be a continuation. That makes sense. We are in a continuation of the daily and the hourly. We have confluence with the EMAs, so the SNR right there, right? The support and resistance SNR. We also do have the support and resistance, confluence, and price action. We have the 1 hour and the daily. So maybe we can update this one to say daily SNR or 4 hour SNR, again, just to be a little bit more specific on what we need in our tags. We could definitely do that and optimize them. We got the bullish engulfing move right there. We are currently in a bearish range, and what we can do is now submit that. We have our setup going here, and we could just rock it. Now, there's a couple ways we could do that in FX Replay. We could skip by the seconds time frames and make it kind of load like a real candle. So say, for example, on the seconds, we can let it go like this, and you'll start to really see it develop like a real candle. And I can skip up to the 10-second or even 15 or however much to make it load as quickly as you want. And again, really internalizing price action in the movements. In this case, I'm just going to skip forward because, again, we're trying to test really quickly here and see if this DeepSeek algorithm is going to help us out here. So there we go. So first we hit our first take profit, and you can see we moved our stop to break even. And so now I'm just going to follow and basically trail. So now we got this swing high here that broke through this support and resistance. So I'm going to put my stop just above that level. Okay, so we have our stop loss there. We're trailing it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just trail it again to the top of this level right here. And now we have another swing high right here that I can continue to trail. Trailing again, can trail again. Just really using the swing highs. All right, so we got stopped out at break even, literally right here at 4R. And so we took out 50% there and just let the rest. I basically trailed my stop loss right up to this high right there. Okay, so let's see. It could still continue going back down. We probably would have got stopped out here if I actually used the swing high anyways. So that's okay. We got that, and that was the first trade. So we can go into the next day here. Again, where are we? We're really far away from this. So I'm assuming we're going to get kind of some sort of pullback back up, but let me just mark this out here. So new SNR zones that we have to be careful of. Again, this is definitely one right here. And let's just see how it reacts. Ultimately, we're at this support zone, and so we could retest and come back down. So let's actually see if we can get that. Right, we're below the 50. Okay, there we go. So we could actually take this one. Stop loss here, 33. Let's go 43. We'll trail, put our partials in. Auto break even at 1R, and we can go, this is again continuation. We have no EMA support and resistance, but we do have the support and resistance just with price action. We have the engulfing. The condition is a bearish trend, and so I believe that's everything that we had. Setup, continuation, entry, condition, perfect. So let's go save and let's see how it goes. There we go. So we got part of our position taken out right there, and continuation. Let's see if we can just trail our stops. I'll move this down. I don't like how it's kind of consolidating here. There's literally nothing on the daily. So let's just see. It'll probably rip up, but we have this swing high that I can trail my stop down into. Or I might just close it manually if we get it closed back above there. Okay, definitely this one now. What we can do is move our stop up above that high. Just because we got a swing high, it swept that high. It should go down. Perfect. We got stopped out there at break even, or a little bit in profit there, so that's okay. We can actually just put our target just like this right there, basically 0.76. Beautiful engulfment right here. Let's go 72, so maybe about 80, something like that. Place order, 1% risk, partial profits, and that was at 85.9. And auto break even at 1R. Let's go. The setup is going to be a continuation of the higher time frame, right? We have the we do have on the daily, you could see, right, the support and resistance from the EMAs. We do have more of just a regular support and resistance, price support and resistance right there. We have the engulfing, and we have the condition is kind of a consolidative range. And we're going to go the condition range. Condition is always going to be on the daily. Just makes things a little bit easier to navigate. Let's just see how that goes. So let's go on the 4 hour. Again, we closed through this resistance again, or this support right on the 4 hour. So let's see if we can start to get some moves down. Let's just see what happens. Oh, we got tagged out. Let's see where it goes. This is actually this would have been another entry actually if I didn't skip too quickly, which was that sweep up into that level and close back below. I could have probably entered again right here with my stop above there. Let's see how that would have played out. That definitely would have hit our target. And see, so that one would have been good again, but this is, we have to backtest in real life, and sometimes you're gonna miss trades. So that's just the way she goes. Again, we are down. We have extended far away from this level. So kind of expect that price will come back up and probably right back into something like this, or maybe even at this level right here. This is really the only support level that there was around here, right? Just one touch. So let's see if we're going to continue and break through. To me, this looks like we just retested, broke back down, and now we're going to get, if we get back up above here, we're probably going to start going up towards this level. That's what I would assume. So look at that. We just came back up, used the support and resistance, came back up, and then completely engulfed 1, 2, 3 candles, almost 4 candles right here. So I believe that this is a good entry again to follow through. That's below our level. Now we get that confirmation of to take this trade. So we can go at 82 and then 92, let's say, and let's continue that back down. Place order, take partials at 92.6 is going to be our first take profit. 1 break even. Let's go again, continuation. We have the EMA there for the support and resistance. We have the level for support and resistance. We have the engulfing, and we have, what are we in right here? Kind of rangy, right? We have a low, a high, a low, a high. So we'll just say condition range, and let's save that, and let's see what we get from this. And we did get stopped at break even, or for the rest of our position at break even right there. So far, we're up 4% on our account. We would have been up a little bit more based off of this. So still, I mean, it looks like DeepSeek is pulling through with us here. It's pulling through. So there's an opportunity here. I skipped through a little bit too fast, but it's perfect actually where we go from right here. We got this kind of engulfing pattern. It's retesting those EMAs. It's retesting that support and resistance on the 4 hour right here. Actually, I can probably refine this even just up to that, right? We tested, and now testing again. So potentially what we can do is use this as a short, put our stops back above here. Again, we're in between this level as well on the daily, which I don't necessarily like, right? We have a daily support holding. And so maybe we are going to start heading up a little bit more. But again, we're still below this 200 EMA. So we have to assume that we're below our 50. So let's go place order, take partials, 50%, and break even at 1 standard deviation. Setup is a continuation trade. We can say that we are at EMAs. We have classic support and resistance there. We have an engulfing series of engulfing candles, and we have a bearish trend. Actually, sorry, this is still going to be the range on the higher time frame. So on the daily. So let's save that. We got stopped here at break even. Let's see what would have happened. Yeah, it would have hit our target, but then it is reacting right from that support. So anyways, that's basically it for the trades so far that we took. I mean, realistically, did we have any losers? I'm not too sure. Let's dive into the analytics here. Just observe what we got from this session so far. So I'm just going to click analytics here and go. Like you can see, we actually had DeepSeek hooking us up. We had a 100% win rate throughout that whole experience. We could potentially hold our trades a lot longer. That's interesting to note. Our 3.85 is our average, so maybe we can hold a little bit longer as opposed to letting moving stops break even. So that's something that we'll have to assess. We currently don't have enough data to really make any seriously informed decisions as to which sessions we should trade, et cetera, and also we don't have any losses yet. Going forward, I mean, it's just really interesting to see that we had all these trades and all winners. You can see we traded basically every session, and our win rate in all of them was 100%. Our total trades, majority of our trades were in London. We had 1 in New York and 1 in out of session, basically. So that's kind of like Asia slipping or going into different times that don't fit the traditional sessions. You can look up more here. My max RR was in London. in the most profit was in London. So really cool to see. And actually, I'm just going to switch my time zone here to Eastern Standard, because that will now impact the rest of my understanding. So you can see, yeah, majority of the profits here was at 4 in the morning, 8 in the morning, and 12. So kind of in London close type session. You can see Wednesday was when we got the most profit there. We got Thursday, we got a couple profits there. So Wednesdays are looking really good. You can see that, 3%, 0.5%, 2%, month over month, over to about 5%. I mean, that is looking really good. You can see in April, let's look at how we did in March. We took 1 trade, 2 trades. So you can see the frequency here. The frequency is very, very low for just one asset. You can maybe trade multiple assets with this strategy and you can really optimize it, but that's it. DeepSeek came through clutch, at least for us here, and we got this beautiful kind of strategy going with these rules. There's a lot of stuff that we can do to optimize. We can look at the different tags. We can understand better rules for those tags. For example, like I said, defining which timeframes the support and resistance levels are on. I think that's going to be that would be a key portion of it for optimization going forward. Understanding what days of the week that you perform the best, what entry times are the best, what sessions, et cetera, et cetera. You could also look at, again, the tags. When do the tags perform best? When they don't perform best, take those away. If they don't perform, up the risk on the days that they do perform, and then go over the trades, go over the journaling, go over everything, and understand exactly what your winning trades look like, your A+ setups look like. Again, we came to the conclusion that, hey, maybe I can, instead of waiting for the trend continuation, I can actually just take it back up as a retracement play, back up into the level that I'm expecting it to go up into. That's all available as options to think about. Remember that. And if you want to check out FX Replay yourself, go down to the description, check out the link. There will be a code in there specific for you for this video, 15% off, and you can start to do your test, backtest, iterate on your strategies and improve. Gain confidence in your strategies, in yourself, and your ability to execute and continue forward. So check it out. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.